Today, I know I just kind of covered this, but we are going to cover NCDP design services. So what I or the other two amazing women on our design team have to offer you guys. We're going to talk about how to know your audience and how to decide what message you should be sending to target that audience. We are going to cover Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter specifics, meaning how often you should be posting on each platform, what is each platform best used for, and this is very nitty gritty, but the sizing of each. You know, for instance, an Instagram post is the same as a Facebook post. They're both 900 by 900 pixels. And if y'all don't know what that means, that's okay. We're going to cover it today. But it's important to know what size to make your graphics for, just to really look professional, because, you know, sometimes this stuff doesn't look professional. People are going to keep scrolling. We're going to briefly touch on Zoom and Mobilize integration, just because that's a really important digital tool that is free to all of you through the party. And then we'll take some questions at the end, but obviously please ask me questions throughout, because a lot of this training is kind of done in real time. So we will get started. So the first design service that I wanted to cover is the weekly content package. My goal as content creation specialist, or, you know, that's just a long term for a graphic designer for the digital team, is to spread our democratic message to as many people in North Carolina as humanly possible. So I send currently the content package, which is a PDF with talking points, captions, and graphics every Wednesday. The last couple of weeks, they've been going on Thursdays, just because it's taken longer to get some things approved, or we've been getting a lot more information later in the week. But I'm trying to have it be every Wednesday. And then two statistics that I just kind of wanted to touch base on are how you have so much more power than you realize to spread the democratic message. When referred by a friend, people are 4 times more likely to take action, and 84% of folks trust a friend's recommendation more than any form of marketing. We can tie this back to vaccine marketing. Everyone is telling people, if you don't trust us, go talk to your doctor. Your doctor is a reliable source. Think of you all as doctors, you know, telling your people to sign up to post content packages. It's the same thing. They want to hear from you. They don't necessarily want to hear just from me. So even though I send this content package to over 700 people at this point, if you all forward it on to your precinct constituents or people in your county, they are really going to respond to your email more than mine. So it is important to not only receive my content package, but to do something with it. That's the whole point of it. We will drop this link in the chat later. This is where you will sign up to receive the content packages. I think a couple of you on here, I recognize your names, are already signed up, which is amazing. And again, forward it to your email list. I just threw an example on here. Every person that you can reach is a very valuable person that we want to add. Just one example, in Met County, increasing precinct voter turnout of registered Democrats by 1% would have added 3,000 votes before even targeting unaffiliated voters. So don't feel like you need to be sending this to maybe your unaffiliated friends or your Republican friends who are upset with the Republican Party right now. Like, if we could even just target Democrats who didn't vote, I mean, that could have flipped Chief Justice Jerry Beasley. Like, you know, like, these are very valuable votes that it's just really important to get the messaging out. So, and again, that's just a statistic. I'm not saying MEC did this and Wake didn't. It was just the statistic that I've been using. MEC did a great job. Everyone did the best they could. Just wanted to put that out there. All right, we're going to keep on going. I'm now going to show you what the content package email looks like. And then, all right, I see there are some questions in the chat. Eli, can you help me go through some of these?
Yes.
RCDP admin, is your question specific to MailChimp? Okay, I will follow up with them in a little bit. Sarah, yes, we will talk about time-saving aspects like templates, tools, and design processes. And I recommend you come to my Canva training that's at 4:30, because today I'm going to like show Canva, but the Canva training is going to be something really good for you. I have also made templates in the past for like Buncombe County. And if that is something that you would like, I'm happy to make Canva templates for you that you can just update whenever you need.
Allie,
Yes.
can you clarify what the content and use is of the various messaging emails offered by NCDP, such as content package, regular messaging email, press releases, etc.? From
Yes.
Phyllis Gold. Thank you, Phyllis.
Yes. So the content use, so here I will, let me just show this first. Can you all see this email? Yeah. Okay. So this is what my content package looks like when I send on Wednesdays. There are various different topics that I do. So each week we try to make it relevant to what is happening that week. For instance, during Black History Month, we had a different topic that we covered every single Wednesday. And it had relevant information for you all to post on your social, because not all of you are going to be a graphic designer or have someone to make all these graphics for you. So my goal is to provide you all with enough content relevant for the week that if you did not post anything else, you would be communicating with all of your followers. So a couple weeks ago, we did, the American Rescue Plan or the American Families Plan. And usually they're not really at the federal level. They're usually more at the state level. So one week even we did Governor Cooper's recommendations for how to implement the American Rescue Plan in North Carolina and how it specifically helps North Carolinians. So we really try, if something is at the federal level, to tie it back down to North Carolina and how it affects us. Because yes, we want to share the DNC's messaging, but we want to make it North Carolina specific and really educate people on why it is important to us and to them and why they should care and show support. So this one that I grabbed is, this is what it looks like. Oh, yes, Eli.
So I just wanted to give a a thank you kind of thing. So I'm the third vice chair of District 4, and this is very helpful. So most of the posts for our Facebook and our social media come from this content package. So thank you so much, Allie. It's super helpful, you guys.
I love when people tell me to use it. It makes me so happy. And it's also still very surprising to me how many people don't know that these are tools available to them. So I'm so happy to have so many new faces on here of people that I know can use this content. So thank you for those kind words.
And super user friendly. There's captions included in this, captions and the post already made. So thank you so much. It's super useful.
Oh, thank you. All right. So at the beginning of each email, I give, some background info of why the topic that week is relevant, or why you should care, why North Carolinians should care, and why we need to either show support or not show support for something. So if you scroll down, there's always going to be a button that says view content package. So you'll click on that and it will take you to a Google folder that you will always have access to. So even if, a month from now, you're like, oh, now something else is coming back up and it's relevant again, you could pull up my email, click on view content package, and then again, grab all of these things. So within here, there's several graphics that if you double click, you can see the whole thing. But most importantly, there's always a PDF within this folder. So the PDF is the first thing you want to open. So I'm going to double click it. You can right click it to download it if you want. Does anyone need me to show them how to download a PDF from a Google Drive? Okay, I'm going to skip that. But if you need it, that is not a silly question. Please ask me. So this, has some of the same information from the email, some relevant information. It has a button that says click here for all the graphics, which will take you directly just to this folder in case you ever download this PDF, but you don't, for instance, have the email anymore. You could still find this folder. It's just, it's in a couple of places. Okay. It also gives you a Facebook post and a tweet that we recommend you share. It's not always relevant to the content package. Sometimes, when our content package will be about one topic, and then the nature of politics is it's rapid response all the time. And sometimes I want you guys to have content to share, but we have not made something yet. So I will, put a really good Facebook post for you to share, or a tweet for you to retweet. That way it's easy and you're not always having to download something and actually make a post. And if you just click on the Facebook link, it'll take you, it'll take you immediately to the link, and then you could just share it. All right, let's continue on. I don't want to run out of time. So then you can see I separated out by topics. So this week it was Medicaid expansion, the Medicaid expansion bill. So there's a Facebook and Instagram graphic, and there's a Twitter graphic. You would download each within the folder. You do not need to take a screenshot of this and then try to put that on Facebook. I know some people were doing that. Just download it. It's already made to be the right size, and there's always a caption underneath. And that goes for all of these. So you can see that this week I gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 graphics, all with captions, all formatted for Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And then sometimes, there's a topic, but there's also a really important holiday. And we are the party of inclusivity and wanting to make everyone feel welcome. And we also provided Ramadan graphics, and we did it in advance. That way, you could, I think it started on a Sunday, and they could post this on Sunday. So, and if we ever forget something, it's not that we don't care. It's that maybe I did not check my content calendar the moment before sending, and always send me a request for, some sort of graphic if I have ever left that out. Yes, I see a hand raised. iPhone.
Yes, it's Marlene. I wanted to see how to grab, because I get the emails, I open it up, and then I'm not quite sure how to use it.
Okay.
I've been getting them for a while, but I cannot figure out how to use it, how to put it, to send it in an email, or to send it as a text message. And I don't see the thing with having to do it even on Facebook. That's why I really wished I had my computer open so I can look up there, but I'm on the phone.
Yeah. So what you could do is you could just forward my email. You can, when you're in this folder, you can go to this little people icon, click it, and then you could copy this link and send it to people. And you could tell people that they just need to read the PDF, and then they'll have captions. And then for using this, basically what I intend everyone to do is download each graphic. So, or whatever ones they want to post. So for instance, this first one, we're talking about how 39 states have already expanded Medicaid. Let's make NC next. You can right click it. Oh, my computer is not wanting to right click right now. Or you can, up here in the top right corner, more actions, download. So then when you download this, you can go to Facebook. Okay, let me not do this in case someone has said some vulgar words on Facebook or something. So give me 2 seconds just to get on the page, and I'll show you how to do the post. Is this what you meant though? You need help showing how to kind of use it? Okay,
it
perfect.
is. Thank you.
Yes. All right, so then when you're here, you would open this PDF, and in the perfect world, you would just have this downloaded so it's also open. You would scroll down, you would copy this caption. So I'm copying it, I'm pasting it, and then you have the you have this PNG already saved. Sorry, I'm trying to find where I downloaded it. Here we go. And then you would drop it in. And then that's all you have to do.
Okay.
And then same thing for Twitter. And then if you wanted to tag, I love when you guys tag us so that we can see that you've used this. And then a lot of times, what is our name? And here we go. That way we get a notification that you've shared it. And then you would just click post and then it's ready. And if you need additional help, I'm more than happy to talk with you offline about that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, so that's the content package. I really recommend that everyone signs up. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the PowerPoint so we don't run out of time. This is so much to talk about in 1 hour. Another thing that we offer are 2 to 3 graphics per month. We try to do that to each county, not necessarily each precinct, but we are more than happy to make graphics for precincts. If precincts need graphics, we ask that you go through your county. And, you know, if we are flexible on the amount of graphics you get a month, you know, if 1 month you need 5, maybe we ask that the next month you only request 1, or something like that. Or we know that we are in the industry of rapid response and you are always going to need help and have stuff to promote. And we will always say yes when possible. But you know, there's 100 counties. I don't even know how many precincts. And if each one was requesting 2 or 3 a month, I think we'd have to hire like 5 staff. So this is just an example of some stuff we've done for different caucuses, Small Business Caucus, the AAPI caucus. I think this was either the House or Senate caucus, and then the LGBTQ+. And all of these, I think we also included in different content packages. And then this is the link for that we will drop in the chat later. All right, I'm gonna kind of keep moving because we have a lot to cover in the next little bit. And I know y'all are gonna wanna ask questions. So some things to consider. Who is your target demographic? Example, young people, women, who are you trying to target? And it's okay if it's not just one specific audience. It's also not a perfect science. This is fluid, it's always changing, and it's gonna differ by political organization. How does this affect your caption? You know, if you're really targeting a lot of young people, throw in some emojis, maybe throw in a hashtag, use some kind of trendy slogan that's happening right now. It's really all about that. Also, something to think about is, why are people following you and what information are they seeking? Are they looking to be educated on something? Are they looking for information on how to get out the vote? Are they using you as a news source? You know, I watch the news like every morning, but I do follow a lot of news reporters on Twitter seeking their news. And when they include sorry, guys, I think I just got muted. I don't know if you could hear that last little bit. So yeah, so I always start with that. And then on average, you only have 2.7 seconds to grab someone's attention before they continue to scroll. It's less and less every year. I would argue that now we're probably more at like 2 seconds. So good things to include are GIFs. We could have an argument about which one, how you want to pronounce it. And motion graphics. They're great for grabbing attention, and they might even add a half a second of people not scrolling, which is very helpful to grab people's attention and get it. And this can be something, you know, as like a pre-made GIF that's already online. The goal also, I just always want to say, is not to get more likes than other counties or, you know, get the most likes out of everyone. The goal is to get the message out to as many people as possible. And our fundamental goal is to elect more Democrats. That is our goal. That is the NCDP goal. Bottom line, elect more Democrats. It's not to have the best Instagram out of any state party. I think we do. I'm going to toot our own horn, but you know, that's not the goal. The goal is to elect Democrats always first and foremost. So as long as you're doing that on your social platform, you're succeeding, and keep doing what you're doing. If anyone has questions about Facebook ads, I'm not going to get into that today, but if you guys start placing Facebook ads and have questions about segmenting your audience, we can. I mean, you can narrow it down to people who are likely to donate or people who are very likely to donate. The way you can narrow it down is crazy, and that's a whole training in itself. But if anyone has questions about that, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. All right, Facebook specifics. So for your logo, that should be your profile photo. Shouldn't be your county chair, should be their face. maybe like a cool, like legislative building or something would be fine. But really, when people go to your page, they need to know what they're looking at. They need to know who they are looking at. This is how you are branding yourself, and you should use your logo. If you do not have a logo, please reach out to me. I would love to help you have one. The size is 180 by 180 pixels. You also do not need to write this down. I'm going to be sending an article to all of you that gives this breakdown for each and every graphic, and you guys should all bookmark it on your computer and keep it. Also, if you have a square or rectangular logo, make sure when you put it on as your profile photo, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I believe all three kind of do like a circular cutoff, like a circular thing that cuts off your profile photo, and you don't want the square or the rectangle to be cut off. And if you need me to resize it for you, I'm happy to do that. I want all of y'all to look legit and not have wonky profile photos. So that's what we're here for. Facebook graphics are the same as Instagram. They are 900 by 900 pixels. They are always a square orientation. You can upload something else, like if it's a rectangle, for instance, a Twitter post, the world will not end. Your message will still get out. I'm just teaching you what I was taught, but that's the best rule of thumb, is a square. And then a Facebook cover photo is the same size as Mobilize. Again, I know we're going through this quickly. This is a lot, but I promise you it will make sense once you start doing it. And that is for like an event cover photo. How many of you already have a Facebook page or a Facebook group for your county or precinct? And do you have a page or a group? Do you guys know?
I have a Facebook. We have a Facebook page.
A page, good.
Durham has a page and a group, but the group is not official. It's
okay.
Somebody.
And actually, I was going to say that's actually great also. So having a page is the most important thing, because that is only what you will post. If it's a group, a lot of people can add it, and it's much harder to regulate. But I think having a group as like a forum or as a community is
like a chat room.
Yeah, exactly. But I think a Facebook page is where people go to look at your information and view, just factual sources. So I really recommend everyone have a Facebook page. Think of a Facebook group as a fan page or something like that.
We have a group, and it is private, and that is because we don't want trolls. And so when people click on it, we ask them a couple of questions if they want to join. So that way they have to, come individually. And one of the questions is, are you a registered Democrat? Yeah,
I would recommend everyone do that. Are you able to like fact check that against like Vote Builder in My Campaign or something?
I haven't had to, but you can look up, who it is. I think we just ask them like 2 or 3 questions.
Nice. Richard, do you have a question?
I just wanted to make the point, we have a private group also, and we take a look at everybody coming in to see if their Facebook presence is sketchy. But if you do have a problem, it's pretty easy to exile somebody.
Yeah. And I also recommend, dropping our content package in your Facebook groups for people. Like, let's grow our list. Let's have people sign up. That's the best way to do it. Meredith, do you have a question?
Nope. I was just
Allie?
my hand or something.
Perfect. Yes, Eli.
Okay, so we have a question from Nancy Larkin. How do you sign up for the content package? I've seen the contact info, but haven't been able to capture it.
We will put that in the chat for you. And then Jennifer, second vice chair of MEC. Yes, if they want to sign up, that would be amazing. Basically, we want to keep funneling down the information, because that will be less work on you to have to distribute it out. Yes. And before we end this Zoom, I will drop a couple links in the chat for you all so that you can sign up. And we will also be sending out all this information again. All right, so Instagram, I'm gonna kind of blow through because it's very similar to Facebook. I believe Facebook owns both, which is why a lot of these specifics are the same. We say use your logo for your profile photo, the minimum size of what it can be. It's a square orientation like Instagram. There are Instagram stories, which if anyone has questions about those, email me. We will chat about that. But first and foremost, just get your Instagram signed up. And then there's also something called Instagram highlights. Facebook is, so going back to the question that someone asked earlier about when you should use each platform, Facebook is, if you were only to have one social media platform, I would say Facebook. I would want to say Twitter, but I would say Facebook, because you can basically post however much you want. I mean, you don't want to post more than 10 times a day every single day, unless it's really quality content, always quality over quantity. But at minimum, you want to post like once or twice a week. Same thing for, or sorry, I'm saying this for Instagram. For Facebook, I would say maybe 3 to 4 times a week minimum. And you should always be able to do that with the posts that I give you in the content package, and then the other ones that you can share. But I understand that it's about bandwidth. And if you do not have time to do that, that is understandable. I would just, try to do 1 or 2 a week. One easy thing to do is reshare what we post on our Facebook page. So if you're ever thinking like, golly, I haven't posted in a while, I feel like I'm failing at this. You are not. Just go to our page, share some of the most recent things so that your Facebook page stays active, because once it kind of falls inactive, people will start unfollowing, or, we want people to be engaged on your page. And then for Instagram, you don't really want to post as often. There are exceptions. For instance, on Inauguration Day, I think we posted like 3 times in a day, which is maybe the most we've ever done. Usually it's once a week, kind of. But if it was a busy week and you wanted to post 4 times in a week, it is okay. None of this is a science. It's really like, you just don't want to over inundate people with content unless it is Twitter. Twitter, if you wanted to post 10 times every day, that would be amazing. Twitter is kind of the place where you want to put every single piece of information out that you can. Is everyone caught up with me right now? Sort of understanding? Okay. So every time you post something with a caption, you want to have a call to action at the end, because you want to leave people with direction of what to do next. So yes, you made a post, but what are they supposed to do with this? Are they supposed to reshare this with their followers? Are they supposed to read more? Do you want them to donate? Like, what is the goal of your post? So I included 2 graphics over here. One was with when President Biden launched the American Rescue Plan. Actually, we didn't do a call to action. I think I just, here we go. Didn't do a call to action, but it was a good content post. And then the next one, though, had a better call to action. At the end, it said, find your closest early voting site. And it listed the website. I would say, though, on Instagram, it is the only social platform where if you put a URL, if you put a website in your caption, it's not clickable. So one thing you should do is say like link in bio, which is what I have listed here under the 3rd bullet. That means you have dropped the URL in your profile. In your profile, you can have a URL that people can click on. And then that means you've put it there. People can click on it and then read about this. So this is the only one where you will have to do that. All right. And then Twitter, same thing. You should use your logo, make sure the circle's not cutting it off. The Twitter, the graphic size is 1024 by 512, and it's a rectangular orientation. It's not a square like Facebook and Instagram. And then this is the only one where you really have a character limit. I think you technically do for Facebook and Instagram, but you would have to write so much. Like, you will never run out of room on those. Twitter, though, you need to keep it concise and informative. Use hashtags when relevant. Does everyone know what a hashtag is? It's the # followed by, like, think of it as a code or like a section of words where if you click on that, you can see all of the tweets when people have also used that hashtag. So it's a way to kind of like filter down information. Again, you want to end with a call to action whenever possible. Is there a link to include? Not every single graphic or tweet or Facebook post has to have a graphic, but whenever relevant, put a link there so that people can read more that way. You always want to leave people more educated with your posts than just left wondering, why did you even post? And then one thing I just really wanted to point out, when tagging someone at the beginning of a tweet, you must add a period before the @ sign, or it will not show up on your timeline. Okay, so what this means is at this very bottom graphic, you can see we put a period before @NC_governor so that this would show up on our profile page. If you just hit reply and did not add a period before, it would reply to his tweet, but no one would see it except him. This is a new thing Twitter started. And that might also be fine. If you don't care about it showing up on your timeline, that's fine. But a lot of times we respond to the governor showing our support, but we want people to see our response because we want them to know what our values are and stuff like that. So that was just one other thing I wanted to say. And then post here as much as you want. This is a rapid response area. This is where you should be. I think of this as like almost like a news outlet. That's how often I think we should be posting. All right, Zoom and Mobilize. We're going to talk about this quickly. If you guys do not already have a Mobilize account, please get one set up. It is free through the party. Everyone should have one, especially if you're trying to grow your email list, because this reaches a larger audience than just you like emailing your contacts a Zoom link to register. If you have this on Mobilize, we are able to promote the event. So anyone in our audience will see your events. Then from that, all of your signups, you can actually export all of those email addresses. This is all legal because everyone has signed up for your Mobilize account. You can export those emails, which will also be like in My Van and Vote Builder, if any of you guys are, or My Campaign and Vote Builder, if you guys are familiar with that. And then you can add these people on MailChimp, for instance, and you can really grow your base this way. And then here are the specifics for sizes. You also can integrate Zoom and Mobilize. We know it's a headache when some people register on Mobilize for your upcoming event, but then they don't have the Zoom link. You can now integrate Mobilize and Zoom, which allows organizers to add Zoom meeting IDs to Mobilize events, and Mobilize will send personalized Zoom links to your supporters to keep details secured. So this way, when you make the event on Facebook, you'll just put the Mobilize link on Facebook for people to sign up. They don't have to go to Mobilize and Zoom anymore, but to do this, you need to submit a request, and one of our digital, our deputy digital director, Kayla, will get that set up for you. We also have included a little folder of Mobilize thumbnails that you all can use. And if you ever needed more, we are happy to make more and drop them in here, but this is we're trying to start having more graphics at you all's disposal that is a little more generic, but could work for several different things. Let's see. All right, and then I think this might be one of the last slides, the resources. This is the website I was talking about that has all of the social media specs, all of the sizes that you could ever need. You should bookmark this. The National Democratic Training Committee has a lot of free virtual trainings. I recommend looking there. I think even yesterday they did one like best practices for a graphic fundraising email. So, sometimes very specific things, but then they have some that are even more broad. Canva is a great tool that I'm going to cover on later today if anyone wants to come to that training. Don't forget, you can just share NCDP and DNC graphics. That's a great resource that is easy for you, and you all should have bandwidth to do that. You can request graphics from me or Lillian or Kayla. And we also do trainings throughout the year. So I don't know if this is the first time a lot of you guys have taken trainings, but I've been doing a couple of trainings with Julia Buckner since February or March, I think. So we're going to keep doing this throughout the year and try to grow on top of this. I think this is actually the third digital training tools now I've done. So we're growing, we're trying to reach as many people as we can. And then, yeah, does anyone have questions?
I see Richard's hand up. Richard, do you have a question?
No, that was up a while ago, and I should have taken it down.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay.
All right, I'm reading the
Soletta?
chat.
I don't know if I'm saying your name right.
It's okay. It's Salita. Hi.
Okay. Hi.
My question was, I know especially at the beginning of this session, there was the reference to the, oh gosh, now I can't remember the name, like your, not toolkit, but
The
there was like a
content package.
Yes. Can you drop that link in the chat? I'm following along with the PowerPoint, but I don't see it. But I didn't want to miss this session and not.
Yes, I'm going to drop a couple of the links now so that all of you guys have time to, copy them. So this first one, I'm just going to start copying, pasting. This is to sign up to receive the content package. Sorry, let me send this to everyone. This next one is to get to request graphics like designs.
Mhm.
And then let's see, I'll do this one. And again, we are going to send this PowerPoint to all of you in an email. I don't know how quickly the turnaround will be since there's so many trainings going on, but it will be, in a pretty timely manner. And then, yeah, that should be the main three. I'm also just going to drop my email down here. And then I think someone else had a question.
Allie,
Yes.
I'm going to mention also while you're doing that, those links that she dropped in about the content package, you can also get to them if you lose that link at ncdp.org/support.
Yes.
And it will take you to the page that lists the content package and all that, because I saw it mentioned in another session today. So in other words, if you go to ncdp.org/support, when you hit return, it will bring up a page that has a page that says one of the things you can click on is digital. And when you click on digital, it goes to the link for the content package and graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah. And one other thing I just forgot to say that I try to say in every Zoom is messaging. Messaging can be tricky. You want to make sure that your voice is the right voice to be speaking. For instance, when there are the terrible shootings that have been happening, my voice as a white woman is not the voice that should be posting on the NCDP page. We try, to talk to Chair Dr. Bobby Richardson. We talk to our African American caucus. You want to make sure that you are being conscious of what is happening in the world and who, it's not my voice that we need to amplify. It is our friends who are people of color that we need to be amplifying. And if that is something that you all need help with, please reach out to us. If it's ever a tough subject, you are always welcome to take the words that we post on the NCDP, because we have reached out to those communities and made sure that they are sensitive. And it's important to have those tough conversations, but it's super important to make sure you are amplifying the right voice. So I just wanted to say that. And if y'all ever have questions about that, please feel free to reach out to us. If you ever have something going on in your community and you need a statement, I will grab our comms director and, we will draft something that is correct for all of you to say. So I just wanted to say that, I know a lot of this is happening and we all want to respond as quickly as we can, but let's just make sure that it is timely, but also appropriate and coming from the right messenger. But if anyone has questions about that, please let me know. And I know that it is 3:36. I think it's time probably for everyone to get to their next their next training, but please shoot me a message if I did not answer your question. It's not because I don't love you, it's because there's so much content to talk about, and it's so important, and I'm happy to keep keep this conversation going with you all.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you so much. I look forward to the sending it
Oh,
later.
hey, Susan.
And if
you
you
so much.
Bye.
much, and
Another
thank you
girl
so
night.
much, and thank you for all the work that you're doing. It is so great to have all of these templates and all of these tools at our disposal.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you guys are on my 3:30 MailChimp training, feel free to just stay on. If you hear a lot of dings, it's everyone signing up for the content package, which is amazing. I think last night I had 19 requests in 4 minutes. So let's see if we can beat that today. But if we'll play some music for the people that are probably coming in for the next session. Otherwise, y'all just stay on and we will talk to you soon.